6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The President has stressed the need to encourage the Italian investors to shift their industrial units to Pakistan and benefit from the incentive-based investment opportunities. The Finance Minister says the government will provide maximum facilitation and friendly environment to encourage foreign direct investment in the country. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the All Parties Hurriyat Conference has said the fascist Modi regime has deepened the enslavement of Kashmiri people through imposition of brutal laws and regulations. A United Nations-led climate summit in Canada has approved a historic deal to reverse environmental destruction threatening the world's species and ecosystems. The Malaysian Prime Minister won the motion of confidence passed in the Parliament today. On the third day of the Karachi cricket test match against Pakistan, chasing the victory target of 167 runs, England in their second innings were 112 for 2 at stumps today. And now the news in detail. The President, Dr. Arif Alvi, has stressed the need to encourage the Italian investors to shift their industrial units to Pakistan and benefit from the cost-effective labour, availability of raw material and investment-friendly policies in the country. He was talking to Pakistan's ambassador-designate to Italy, Ali Javed, who called on him in Islamabad today. The President appreciated the idea of establishing manufacturing units by Pakistani diaspora in the industrial-free zone of Italy for manufacturing and exporting Pakistani goods and products in Italy and the rest of Europe. He emphasized on cementing bilateral friendly relations between Pakistan and Italy in diverse sectors including defense, agriculture, animal husbandry, information technology and industry. Dr. Arif Alvi underscored the need to highlight the atrocities being committed by India in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The Chairman Senate, Mohammad Sadiq Sanjarani, says the friendly relations between Pakistan and Qatar will be further strengthened in the years to come. He stated this while extending his greetings and warm felicitations to the people and the Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamd Al Thani, on behalf of the people of Pakistan on the occasion of Qatar's National Day. Sadiq Sanjarani said it is a great pleasure to note that cooperation between the two countries continue to thrive. The Finance Minister Ishaq Dar says the government will provide maximum facilitation and friendly environment to encourage foreign investment in Pakistan. He expressed these views while talking to Tariq Hamdi, Chief Executive Officer of a leading real estate group and representing the prominent Egyptian businessman Naqib Suarez in Islamabad today. The Finance Minister said the government is committed to fully support and facilitate Egyptian investment in Pakistan. He also welcomed and appreciated the contribution of Egyptian businessman Naqib Suarez and said the present government welcomes foreign direct investment and provides conducive environment to take the foreign investors. It was shared that Egyptian investors have long-standing business relations with Pakistan in telecommunications and real estate sectors and desires to promote this relationship. Tariq Hamdi also expressed the desire of the Egyptian businessmen to invest in other sectors in Pakistan. The Minister for Planning and Development, Ahsan Iqbal, says continuity of policies is imperative for consistent progress of the country. Addressing a seminar on role of space technology for sustainable development of the country in Islamabad today, he said political and economic stability plays a vital role in the development of the country. The minister said eminent Muslim scientists led the advancement in science, but today we are far behind the world. The Minister of State for Poverty Alleviation and Social Safety, Faisal Karim Kundi, has said reaching out to the poorest segments in the remote locations like erstwhile Fata, Gilgit-Baltistan and other such areas is the topmost priority area for the Benazir Income Support Program Cash Assistance Kafalat Program. During a briefing to the parliamentarians from erstwhile Fata at the Ministry of Poverty Alleviation and Social Safety, Faisal Karim Kundi said parliamentarians' role in identifying and mobilizing the most deserving beneficiaries is of critical importance. They should actively participate in this important cause of social uplift of the underprivileged families. The ex-FATA MNAs were informed that those households which have not been surveyed can get themselves registered so that they can be included in the quarterly cash assistance of 7,000 rupees. The delegation was also briefed on Nashonuma and undergraduate scholarship initiatives of the Benazir Income Support Program. This is Radio Pakistan. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the all-parties Hurriyat Conference leadership has said fascist Modi regime has deepened the enslavement of the Kashmiri people through imposition of brutal laws and regulations. APHC leaders Bilal Ahmed Siddiqui, Ghulam Muhammad Khan Supori, Zamruda Habib, Yasmin Raja, Dr. Musab and Maulana Sajid Nadwi in the separate statements in Srinagar said the new anti-Kashmir policies devised by the Hindutva regime are adversely impacting the Kashmiris' basic political, legal and social rights. They appealed to the United Nations to put pressure on India to stop harassing the Kashmiri people and seizing their properties. The leaders demanded the release of all the political prisoners, including APHC Chairman Musarrat Alam Bhatt, Shabbir Ahmad Shah, Mohammad Yasin Malik and Asian Darabi from Indian jails. On the other hand, the National Conference chief, Farooq Abdullah, in a media interview in Srinagar, has severely criticized the Modi-led BJP regime for using Kashmiri Pandits' card to project a false sense of normalcy in the territory. He said the Indian government's tall claims of normalcy have fallen flat in view of the grim situation on the ground. Meanwhile, in an attempt to gain control of all the religious places in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the Indian government, through the newly constituted Waqf Board, headed by a Bharatiya Janata Party leader, has ordered the disbanding of all the local committees at Khanqahs and Masajid, warning that any decision taken by the committees will be punishable. A United Nations-led climate summit in Canada has approved a historic deal to reverse decades of environmental destruction threatening the world's species and ecosystems. After 4 years of negotiations, more than 190 states rallied behind the Chinese-brokered accord aimed at saving the lands, oceans and species from pollution, degradation and climate crisis. The deal pledges to secure 30% of the planet as a protected zone by 2030 and to stump up $30 billion in yearly conservation aid for the developing world. Environmentalists have compared the accord to the landmark plan to limit global warming to 1.5 Celsius under the Paris Agreement. The Russian President Vladimir Putin is arriving in Belarus today to discuss regional issues, particularly war in Ukraine. His visit for talks with Belarusian leader Alexander Lukashenko will be the first to Minsk since 2019. Both the countries have set up a joint regional unit of forces in Belarus and held numerous military exercises. 3 Russian warplanes and an airborne early warning and control aircraft were deployed to Belarus last week. The Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim won the motion of confidence passed in the parliament today after an election last month. Anwar Ibrahim had convened the parliament to prove his majority after rival and former Premier Muhyiddin Yassin cast doubts on his support. The confidence motion was passed by a simple voice vote, with lawmakers voicing their support. 31 sailors of Thai Navy are missing after a warship carrying over 100 crew members capsized during a storm in the Gulf of Thailand. The warship sank after water flooded its power controls last night. According to the Navy spokesperson, 75 members of the crew have been rescued. And now cricket. On the third day of the Karachi cricket test match against Pakistan, chasing a victory target of 167 runs, England in the second innings were 112 for 2 at stumps today. The scores so far: Pakistan 304 and 216, England 354 and 112 for 2. England lead the three-match series 2-0. And finally, the weather report. Cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, very cold and partly cloudy weather is expected in northern areas in North Balochistan. Foggy conditions are likely to persist over the plain areas of the Punjab and Upper Sindh during morning and night hours. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.